It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Denver. It's the Browns and the Broncos, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by their seventh-year quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Howell completing the quick throw out wide. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A little juke. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing to start the drive. Bishop. Open man downfield is Hill. They're going to get a timeout as they deal with an injured player, and it's Tyreek Hill who is the man that's in some discomfort right now. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bishop. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
At the Browns 5-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Bishop. Touchdown, Broncos. Justin Jefferson. 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Gets past one man. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st down, Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Howell from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Bishop. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
The big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will Sean Payton not liking that last call. He's going to go ahead and challenge it. So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 25, here's second and a couple. A give up the middle to Singletary. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah,
we saw the result, negative yardage. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? You know they'll take it. And afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now this one was tight end out on the right side. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. Back to throw. Bishop. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Oh, look at the juke. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Tank Bigsby, 34 yards. And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit it with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 21-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a long run there in the end to top it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
And this is going to be incomplete. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Jack Fox now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bishop. Middle of the field to Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Bishop. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Still going inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. 46 yards on the play.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
At the 10-yard line.
From the gun, Bigsby. Shifts past him. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Here comes third and about a foot. Back to throw. Bishop. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They run for it with Bigsby. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Take Bigsby with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So they only needed a couple of feet there on fourth down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? Fourth and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. And the Browns getting set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Bishop out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Bishop. They complete it to Hill. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
64 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
The throw over the middle taken in. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Bishop. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Back to throw. Bishop. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Complete to Justin Jefferson. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tank Bigsby saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos extend their lead yet again. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. AFC title game, second quarter action. 2 minutes to play. 2 yards to go, second down. Looking to throw. Bishop. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Bishop. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw again. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Off play action. Bishop. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Here's Howell. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
One last shot before the break. Howell throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Chase will go in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 33 yards that time. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Bigsby able to slither by. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Tank Bigsby taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And Howell will throw it. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
First down, Cleveland.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he'll go down at the 28. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff on the option to Singletary. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 23-yard line.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. Over the middle, complete to Judy. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
And the Browns, 1st down.
Now Howell. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bishop. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now a handoff to Bigsby. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Newsome now on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st down, Bishop. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At their
Back to throw. Bishop.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. Operating from the gun, Bishop.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Browns' 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but Obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd
the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Another run by Bigsby.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, Bishop. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hill. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive... Seen they have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth-quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD.
Comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Cleveland offense making their way out. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Powell.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Azeez Al-Shaair able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Bishop.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A run here with Bigsby. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
127 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys to the Super Bowl.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
And Bigsby once more. He'll take it inside the 25.
A I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Well, we're going to get a timeout as they deal with an injured player, and it's Tyreek Hill who is the man that's in some discomfort right now.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Now their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Hal throwing again after the pick 6.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Howell with one final shot.
Now the defense loses it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their...
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll go with a keeper.
And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the 1st down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right? Why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Open man is Waddle complete. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins 1st down as he'll get this down to the 36.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll look to throw again, escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. He's just got to throw this one away.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And fights through one man. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
There on the tackle, Cam Smith.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. Now Lawrence down around his goal line.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The Vikings at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
On second down, here's Lawrence. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down. Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Oh, we made a big deal about catch number 1,000, as we should. Now he's at 1,001, so he's building towards 2,000, Charles.
I like your optimism, and I love your math. Let's go ahead and get the next 1,000, and he started on it already.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Brown looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Brown. Here's Griffin on the catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Now Brown operating from the gun. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call?
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Brown. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And they're going to speed things up here.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Eluding the pressure right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Brown now on first down. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone, powering his way forward. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Dolphins 17, Vikings nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Lawrence will throw.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Lawrence's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the Dolphins' 9-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brown, off play action. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Grab 23.
Curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.